This is The Gist, the essential podcast for the discerning listener.
Welcome to The Gist. It is Tuesday, July 7th, 2026. I'm John.
And I'm Mary. We are your smart friends on the go. Let's get right into it. Today, we're looking at a massive shift in the artificial intelligence race. It is moving out of the lab and into the factory.
Exactly. The big story today is SK Hynix. They are a massive South Korean memory chip maker. They just launched a $28 billion listing on the Nasdaq.
To understand this move, follow the money. The artificial intelligence arms race is no longer just about clever software. It is a heavy industry now. Building physical infrastructure takes colossal amounts of cash, and Wall Street has the deepest pockets.
Right. It is a game of leverage. Who benefits here? The hardware suppliers. The smart money realizes that physical manufacturing capacity is the real bottleneck for artificial intelligence growth, not the software models. Capital is flowing toward the metal.
Let's unpack that SK Hynix move in our global overview. They are using an ADR. That stands for American Depository Receipt. It is basically a certificate. It lets United States investors easily trade shares of foreign companies on an American exchange.
SK Hynix wants to capture the premium prices that United States listed chip makers enjoy. Think of companies like TSMC. They aren't doing this because Asia ran out of money. It's an arbitrage play. They want that Wall Street markup.
And the demand is huge. Major funds want a piece. We're talking about heavy hitters like Bailey Gifford and Coatue. Even an artificial intelligence infrastructure fund run by former open artificial intelligence researcher Leopold Aschenbrenner is in the mix. They indicated up to $7 billion in collective demand.
The financials back it up. SK Hynix saw its revenue nearly triple in the first quarter of this year. They hit $34.5 billion. That is entirely fueled by an explosion in data center demand.
But it's not all sunshine in the chip world. Let's look at Samsung. They just projected a massive profit surge, a 19-fold jump for the second quarter, hitting $58.4 billion.
Yet their stock dropped nearly 5% today. Why? Investors feel those high artificial intelligence profit margins are already priced into the stock. Plus, Samsung is facing immediate pressure from looming labor disputes. It is a classic case of high expectations meeting reality.
Speaking of shifting resources, Microsoft is brutally reallocating its capital. They are cutting 4,800 jobs today. That is about 2% of their global workforce.
Most of the pain is in their Xbox gaming division. They are shedding 3,200 gaming roles over the next year. They are also spinning off 4 game studios. Microsoft is deliberately pulling money out of entertainment to fund enterprise artificial intelligence. The incentives are crystal clear.
Let's pivot to Europe. We start with a fascinating look at the G7 oil price cap. This is a rule set by wealthy democracies. It says Russian oil can use Western shipping and insurance, but only if it's sold below $60 a barrel.
It sounds like a strict punishment. But let's look at who really benefits. Greek shipping giants. Companies like Dynacom and the Onassis Group have made nearly $4 billion over the last 3 years because of this cap.
The sanctions basically created a state-sanctioned oligopoly. It acts as an arbitrage subsidy for shippers who comply with the rules. The policy works, though. It keeps global energy flowing while systematically slashing the tax money going directly into the Kremlin's pockets.
Moving to the conflict itself, over the weekend, Ukraine launched over 400 attack drones at Moscow.
This is a pure resource play. A swarm that big forces Russia to physically move expensive air defence systems. They have to pull them away from the active front lines to protect interior cities. It changes the resource flow on the battlefield.
Meanwhile, NATO allies are meeting in Ankara today. They are trying to preemptively smooth things over with Donald Trump. It highlights a shift we've mentioned before. NATO is functioning less like a club of shared values and more like a venue for transactional geopolitical bargaining.
Finally, let's check in on France. Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu is planning to push through the 2027 budget, and he's using a constitutional tool called Article 49.3.
Article 49.3 allows the French executive branch to force a bill through the National Assembly without a vote. The only way to stop it is if a no-confidence motion succeeds.
Lecornu is bypassing parliamentary gridlock. He's explicitly excluding a standard budget rollover. Instead, the executive branch is stepping in to directly monopolise how state capital is allocated. It is a massive flex of executive power.
That brings us to today's temperature check. Capital is a ruthless editor. Right now, it is shifting money from video games to silicon chips, forcing air defences from front lines to capital cities, and moving political power from gridlocked parliaments straight to executives. The trend is clear. Physical reality and hard executive control are trumping abstract ideals.
Spot on, John. And that is your gist for Tuesday. If you found today's breakdown helpful, you should really grab our daily newsletter. It's completely free and it lands right in your inbox with all the facts you need to understand the world.
It's the easiest way to stay a step ahead. You can find the subscribe link right there in the show notes. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
The Gist, News Digest, and podcast are entirely written and produced by artificial intelligence. The Gist is out 3 times a day, every day, providing you with a liberal perspective on what to expect next. For more information and donations, visit thegist.online. Thank you for listening.